Hello and welcome to MySecurityTV in our Tech and Sec Weekly. My name's Chris Cubbage. I'm the editor with MySecurity Media. Today we're joined by Sharat Nautiyal, the Director APJ Security Engineering with Vectra AI. Sharat, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Chris. Pleasure to be here.
Wonderful. Yeah, great. Look, and we've had Vectra on AI. We've had them on before, and it's just one of those things. We've obviously crossed paths previously, but we couldn't work it out. So it's great to catch up again. And Vectra is one of those platforms you look at and you immediately want to be deploying it and seeing how powerful it is. Naturally being deployed in security operations centers and the like, but there's a lot of capability there in this particular platform. Introduce us to Vectra AI. I think we'll get some regional context from you in terms of your APJ role. And then this is all in the lead up to Millipole APAC in Singapore on the 3rd to 5th of April that we'll see you there. And we're going to give your booth a plug as well. But Vectra AI, sort of insights into the platform itself.
Sure. So Chris, Vectra AI is an AI-driven XDR platform. So what it does is it does something phenomenal. It cuts the noise and it starts looking at the data from network, be it on premises data center, the physical data center, be it the cloud data center, identities, user account, service account. It starts looking into it. It also starts picking up signals from SaaS applications such as Microsoft 365, Azure Active Directory, which is now Entra ID. And then it takes all of this data and starts applying machine learning and AI in order to find those malicious behaviors, even if they belong to sophisticated and advanced evasive threat actors. So that's what we do at the core of it.
Well, one of my first questions is how much capability do you deploy straight away? Is it something you just deploy into your environment? Do you need to configure it? Can you turn some aspects on and off? As you mentioned, it's an XDR, but you can turn it on to identity and at the network level as well. How pervasive can it be and how much control do you get over that?
Okay. So the first thing first, it is completely agentless. We do not deploy any agents. It's really straightforward to deploy and very quick to get started. Having said that, the beauty of the entire platform lies in the value it brings. So it's agentless. There's nothing that needs to be deployed. The configuration does not need to be changed. And it is completely modular. So what we have done is, although it is AI-driven, we do understand that you might not want to go with all the modules in the start. There might be different requirements, different phases of a project. So you can actually have a completely modular architecture. You want to look at your physical data centers? All right. You want to now look into your EDR signals? Absolutely. Okay. You want to move on with your M365? Okay, and so on and so forth. Yep.
And I take it that's how you do. Well, I'll use the term deploy, but you start to feed in these data feeds. Is that how it's working?
That is absolutely.
And then they start to complement each other. I suppose where is it mainly used within an enterprise? Is it sitting in the SOC? Who would be the main users from the client perspective?
Okay, so Security Operations Center, the SOC centers would definitely be the one key users. But as the perimeter and the digital transformation and the cloud services, SaaS applications are being embraced by the organizations, we also see ourselves following or following in the likes of cloud architecture, cloud risk, cyber risks, and also in the perimeter control. So security, operations center, yes, but we also are now dealing a lot more with the cloud architects and the cloud cyber risk teams.
I take it, is it detecting vulnerabilities as well? Or is it just the alerts? Because I think we've done sessions recently on cloud security and both the power and the vulnerabilities that can be in multi-cloud environments. How much intel is that generating and sort of alerting to sort of identified vulnerabilities within that cloud environment?
Okay. So in the cloud environment, including Microsoft 365, the cloud control plane, what we particularly look for are the behaviors. So there might be a vulnerability. It might be an O-day or a zero-day vulnerability. It might be a CVE that doesn't even exist or has not been made public. Doesn't matter. We look at the behaviors and then we start identifying, are these behaviors typical of that of a threat actor? If they are, and if they also map to the TTPs of threat actors, we start surfacing it. We start correlating all the detections, even if it is multi-cloud, even if it is a single account, even if it is on-prem to the cloud. So it is all based on behaviors.
And so obviously it's detecting anomalies there. So what's normal, and then what might be slightly outside what is normal?
In some ways, yes, but we take a slightly different approach. The reason for this being, if we only compare what is normal versus what is not normal, it can actually end up generating a lot of noise. And usually, if it is generating a lot of noise, the SOC analyst or the risk team will start getting inundated by the sheer amount of volume of detections and false positives, right? And according to one of the statistics, there are about 4,000 plus alerts that a security analyst has to look into every day. So that's a lot of data, right, for them to look into. So we just don't look at what is different versus what is same. We actually start looking if what is different, or even if things are looking similar, is this the regular behavior of the user? Is this pattern similar to that of a threat actor? So even if things are same or different, doesn't matter. Because a lot of time threat actors want to hide in the same pattern as that of a regular user so that they are able to have a long dwell time in the environment. And we try to take that out.
I think it's also, I imagine it's kept up to date. So it's current to what TTPs are being used, what might new vulnerabilities and CVEs might be getting disclosed, and it feeds that in. So it's sort of a live intel platform as well.
Yep, absolutely. So along with the behaviors, we also keep it updated with the latest IOCs, also with the latest behaviors. And then we also keep updating our machine learning models if there is a need. Now, one important thing, we also can ingest third-party signals like indicator of compromises or the EDR telemetry from third parties in order to correlate and surface these threats by using AI. So, yep, completely updated. We also leverage third parties and stay updated on these threat actors.
Well, one of the reasons we've had you on today is we're going to see you at Millipol APAC 2024. So you're going to be at booth 1810. That's what's going to be on show at booth 1810, and I think that's from Millipol itself. I've got their tagline here: "It's powering innovation, a safe and secure future." Millipol. This is all about critical infrastructure protection and national security, as well as policing and advanced security. But so it's great to see a cybersecurity company there, right in the middle of a expo like Millipol. But what are we going to be able to see at 1810?
Sure. So what you'll actually be able to see and what the attendees will be able to see is the actual demonstration of how an AI-driven extended detection and response platform should be working. They'll actually be able to see and witness real time how Vectra is actually able to correlate all the signals, turn it into an actionable data, and give that signal that will help them find and prioritize that threat actor. So all of this will be in real time. Me and my team will be over there. So everybody, in fact, even you, if you're around, come on and say hi to us. We'll be more than happy to talk to everyone.
Well, it's a good call to action. We will be having an Australian delegation. We got some free tickets to TechX Summit alongside Millipol as well. And hopefully we'll be meeting up with the Australian Border Force Commissioner while he's there. He'll be a speaker at that particular one. We'll try and get him by booth 1810 as well.
Absolutely.
Sharat, for sure. I suppose what's a good call to action here, other than coming to swing by you? What are some of your good key sort of client profiles? Does this match anyone at a particular size? Do they need a SOC? You know, how you mentioned it's modularized. What's a good customer profile for you that you are observing in within the Asia Pacific region?
Right. So usually when we talk to customers, we actually talk to multiple different sizes of customers. The cybersecurity issue is not just restricted to large organizations and large banks, but even smaller organizations or SMEs are equally targeted. A threat actor doesn't, they differentiate in terms of the ransom that they can get, but as long as they can get into an account, breach an account, that is what they're looking for. They're looking for quick wins, right? So be it a large organization, be it a smaller organization, if you are concerned about cybersecurity, if you want to stay protected, if If you believe hackers don't wait, and you should neither, then you have to come and speak with us.
I think, as you said, it's agentless too, so it's very lightweight. It's not, you don't need any infrastructure to have this operating for you, but it's a fascinating thing. We'll look at definitely booth 1810 having a demonstration of the XDR platform and the full capabilities of Vectra AI. Sharat Nautiyal, the Director, APJ Security Engineering. We'll be doing, I think we'll do have a good chat to you at Millipole APAC, and maybe even have you back on camera in show. So thank you so much for joining us on our Tech and Sec Weekly.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to meet you in person.